Welcome to the 28 for 28 podcast series. 28 for 28 is a campaign dedicated to inspiring and empowering young individuals to act on climate change. Our mission is to amplify their voices and stories, showcasing them as role models who are driving innovation and making a positive impact. Through this platform, we aim to provide a space where the impactful work can be recognized and celebrated. Today, we have one such change maker, Aarav State, about Aarav. Aarav is the founder of the We Rise Foundation. We Rise is a nonprofit organization that aims to resolve social and climate issues at a community level. He has planted over 5,000 trees, distributed over 60,000 sanitary pads, and 1,500 books to date. He's also a two-time TEDx speaker and was recognized as the water hero in the month of June 2022 by the Ministry of Jal Shakti. So, hi Aarav, how are you doing? And welcome to this podcast.
I'm doing well, Pakhi. I hope you're doing well too. And thank you for inviting me to this podcast. I really appreciate it.
So it's so nice to have you. So if we could just dive in, I really want to know what is like about you, what inspired you to get into this space. If you could just tell us a little more about yourself.
Sure. I was actually in the environment, working for the environment, even before I started my own organization, We Rise Together Foundation. So, the reason I started working for society or environment in general was because of this lack of awareness, of action by the society or even by the community for the local environment and for other climatic issues as well because I still remember I was this uh, 8 or 9 year old and I was watching this television show and I still remember them talking about climate change, global warming, and things like that, and environmental degradation in general. So I was uh, very horrified to see the level of destruction we are reaching via the industrialization processes, which can be transitioned to a better process using renewables when we have also other alternatives. Why we are not using them, and in fact, even other local climate issues we have about deforestation, poor waste management, about poor health condition of our rivers, poor air quality, and whatnot. So then I started to take some small actions uh, every week, like planting a tree, gifting trees to my loved ones. So that is how I started, and I even joined some groups initially to gain experience about how this thing exactly works, how do we plant trees and all these things. And my parents also encouraged me to do so, especially my father, who is always involved with me in my activities. And uh, and in 2021, during the COVID-19 pandemic, when I realized that there are not only these environmental problems, uh, but there are also many social issues such as menstrual poverty and lack of education. And from there, I established the We Rise Together Foundation with the support of my parents. It is a registered non-profit organization which now has three initiatives working on menstrual poverty, lack of education, and environmental degradation. And till now, in my environmental journey, I've planted more than 5,000 trees and engaged many members of my community, including the people who have joined me in the organization.
That's actually very impressive. And what really 8, 9 years is very young to be very interested in concepts like this. So it's really nice. And I think this is what the purpose of this entire initiative also is, to really pick those people who've been in this journey for a while. And I'm actually also I've also been on this journey similarly as a young person as well. So I just wanted to know if you faced any specific obstacles that you would want to talk about, because this would not be a very easy path to actually walk on.
Sure, like there were some challenges initially, like regarding the tree plantation and things. Like, firstly, the challenge was like making people aware and gathering volunteers or making a team that could consistently take actions for the environment. Because what we have at our organization is like a Center for Secure Future initiative. Like we plant or take any sort of climate action every Sunday, where we planting trees cleaning up park, cleaning up banks of river Yamuna, things like that. So it is every week, every weekend, and to find volunteers who are very consistent in these activities is a challenge, and I must say it is still a challenge. However, I'm very grateful to find many interested people who have been sticking to the organization for a long time and who have engaged in this initiative on a weekly basis. Other than that, other challenges obviously are more of technical problems that we face, such as like pedestrians would harm our trees sometimes, and um, then even if we clean up a particular park or a particular area, then there would be waste again, waste spilled over again on that area. We have tried to reach out to the Nagar Nigam officials as well, emailing to them, but let's see what goes ahead with them. Other than that, uh, there are sometimes issues where like the locals sometimes oppose us from planting trees in this specific area, even though it is not like we are planting very near to their houses. But if even if it is a park, an unmanaged park which does not have many trees planted in it, or is like almost completely barren, like we have had conflicts with locals who denied us from planting trees, or who fought over it, or who said that you should plant they are not here, and things like that. So there are challenges, obviously, but we always tend to get over them.
It's actually nice to know. And specifically with like the tree plantation, and like we keep talking about public goods, it's everyone's property, but it's only always a handful of people who actually want to do something about it. And
Yeah.
so, and also like you told me that about how it's the one of the obstacles is like keeping people motivated and inspired by it. What motivates you actually? What is your inspiration? What is your point of motivation to keep going?
Sure. So, what motivates me to work for the environment and even for the people is that, like, I feel that there is a need amongst ourselves to contribute to add value to the society. And I guess it is like because our constitution provides us with our rights to have safe drinking water, to have clean air, to have our right to education and whatnot. But I guess it also becomes our own duty to protect our own nature and to ensure that other people are receiving their adequate resources and necessities, their hygiene facilities or menstrual hygiene facilities or their books so that they could study and things like that. Because so that is it is not, I would say, motivation, but like a sense of duty that must be around each and every citizen to contribute for the country, for the betterment of the country, in terms of social and environmental welfare. Yeah.
That's really nice. And it's actually very nice also because I haven't seen a lot of organizations which are already working on breaking these silos, because
Yeah.
social issues are so closely connected with environmental issues. And it's really nice how you're like linking all of it and bringing all of these solutions together and providing to a lot of people. Um, so as someone who's been in this space for a while and you're so motivated and driven, do you have any specific messages for the world leaders of like listen to us, this is what we want to tell you as young people?
Sure. I guess the world has done a great. The world leaders have been like doing great discussions on topics such as climate change, poverty, hunger. Like we have the SDGs goals, and before that there were these MDGs, and you have had all these conferences, the Kyoto Protocol, and the Paris Agreement after that, and we have all sorts of these plans, these policies, these strategies. But I mean, we have not really implemented them to the level we expect them to show up. Like, because ultimately, then our action plans without action just remain daydreams, right? So, so that would be my message to the leaders, that we know what we need to do. We know how we need to do it. We just need the will to take the action, check what if the results stand up to our expectations. If not, then how can we improve it? And we need to do that as soon as possible so that the whole of humanity could better, not only in terms of environmental welfare but social and economic welfare.
That's really nice. And what is your message to young people of the world, of India, and
Sure. I guess we today. I guess we all seem to have demands about issues and about this not being right in the society. And of course, we should raise our concerns to the governments, to the officials, to the uh, world leaders, to the authority around us. But I guess we also need to recognize the power of an individual, and we ourselves must realize that we all have the power to change the world, but the only need is to utilize the power in the right direction. So that would be my message to the young audience watching this podcast, and as well as to the young people all around the world.
that's great. And I actually have one more last question of more of a story. What has been like the most special moment, or the most inspiring moment of your journey so far? If you could share with us, like that one moment where you were like, this is making an impact.
Sure. I guess there have been many moments then that I have felt that I am making some impact, or the organization is making some impact on the society and on the environment. I guess recently, like I would say that we usually plant trees in parks and these barren lands, and I guess uh, I still remember like there was this kid who was actually coming from a deprived background from a migrant labor family, and uh, he actually studies in one of the roadside schools, which is run by the organization, and we know that organization, and we have given them many books and education materials as well through on behalf of us, on behalf of We Rest Together, and that kid would along with his friends would just come up and join us in the plantation, and they would we would tell them to take care of the plants, and they were enthusiastic about taking care of it, and that they would water it, keep care of it. And then that there was this sense that I realized that yes, probably I've changed someone's mind today. And similarly, I we conducted this plantation drive in the premises of my own residency, and there were, of course, many children there. Uh, we allotted them trees whom they could take care of, and many of them have taken the initiative of like watering these trees, of taking care of them, reporting if there is any, if they need to be replaced or if they need to be given some sort of protection or something like that. So people are taking initiative. People are getting involved, and the community is changing through the certain actions that we are taking as an organization. Other than that, not only in the environmental domain, but even in our menstrual hygiene drives, the she hygiene drives, where we like distribute these sanitary pads or these menstrual products to the deprived section of the society every month. And we were holding this drive for the we were holding an education drive for the deaf women center in Delhi. And so I like it was an amazing experience being there, because they were really impressed by what work we were doing, and we were making them aware about menstrual hygiene, menstrual cups. And because they were not able to obviously communicate with us directly, because they were differently able, but we still but just seeing that how the communication works with sign language, and them understanding what we are saying and us understanding what they are saying, so that felt like a beautiful connection without any sort of verbal outreach. Yeah.
That is so inspiring. And also, it really does define, like, we rise together. You're
Yeah.
literally doing all of that. That's very impressive. So, I think this is nice. It's been really nice to talk to you. And I look forward to meeting you, maybe joining one of your initiatives sometime. And it's really nice work that you're doing with so many different sections of the society, able, differently abled, and it's really great to know you. So thanks for
Sure,
joining us today, and thanks for inspiring the youth of India.
sure. Thanks a lot, Paki, for having me here and the Mass Project for conducting this interview. I appreciate this, and I surely encourage such recognition platforms for the other young change makers who are making such an impact. Thank you.